Hello there, it's Aussie Star Wars Nerd, and today we're going to take a look at every cancelled Star Wars project since Disney took over in 2012. When George Lucas sold Lucasfilm to Disney, many of the projects that he had in the works were said to be still running, but kept getting postponed until their inevitable cancellation. This meant that there was only one thing cancelled in 2012, and that was the Star Wars Underworld series. It had been planned to have up to 400 episodes, and the series would have been centered on the Coruscant underworld, set between the events of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. While it was postponed many times when Lucasfilm was still owned by George, it was Disney who cancelled the project for good. Moving on to cancelled projects in 2013, we have Star Wars Detours. The series was an animated one that was planned to have a comedic view of the Star Wars universe between the events of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. It was first announced in 2009 and Disney planned on releasing it once they took over. However, they dropped all the work on the series to begin the sequel trilogy. I honestly would have preferred to have gotten more of this. It did come incredibly close to being finished and is still available to be watched on YouTube. It's also the origin of the Empire is Pretty Chill meme. Another animated project that was cancelled was a short called Scandal of Blood. It was planned to be released with The Force Awakens, but just ended up being ditched completely. Even though it would have been a short film, it would have been really great to see, as it was pitched to focus on Leia's struggles after it was revealed that she was Darth Vader's daughter. The next cancelled project from 2013 was Michael Arndt's Star Wars The Force Awakens script. Michael was hired to write the entire script for Star Wars Episode 7, but it is reported that he left Lucasfilm after struggling to get everything done in a set time, leaving only a 50-page draft. Another cancelled project from 2013 is a game called Star Wars First Assault. The footage right now is actually footage from the game, showing just how close we were to getting to play it ourselves. It would have been a multiplayer game similar to Battlefront, where two teams of 8, one being Stormtroopers and the other being Rebels, would fight against each other on planets like Tatooine and Bespin. It was ultimately cancelled when Disney shut down LucasArts. Yet another cancelled game from 2013 was Star Wars The Force Unleashed 3. It was said that it couldn't be released until The Force Awakens was out, but like First Assault, it was cancelled once LucasArts shut down. One of the most well-known cancellations in Star Wars ever is 1313. I would have loved to see this game because it would have allowed you to play as Boba Fett in the Coruscant underworld, but it too was cancelled when LucasArts shut down. Moving on to 2014 cancellations is Star Wars Attack Squadrons. It would have been an online starfighter combat game, and what you are seeing right now on screen is the announcement trailer. It was meant to have 3 different game modes, and one of the maps was the Death Star 2. This was the only cancellation for 2014, but there are still plenty more on the way. In 2015, Josh Trank left Lucasfilm after he was hired to make a Boba Fett movie. It has now been revealed that he left the Boba Fett movie behind because he was scared that he may get fired after his previous movie, which was the 2015 Fantastic Four, wasn't the most well-received film out there. Another cancelled 2015 project was the LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader Chronicles book. If we're making a list, we're making a list, guys. There were no cancellations for 2016, but in 2017 we got 2. Rian Johnson's trilogy was likely cancelled in 2017 after the very poor reception among the fandom of his previous film The Last Jedi. Even though news keeps coming up that it may still be happening, I really don't think that it will. Another cancelled movie from 2017 was Colin Trevorrow's Star Wars Episode 9 script, which was called Duel of the Fates. I wish it was released because everything I have heard about it is way better than what we got. 2018 saw 3 movies and 1 trilogy get cancelled, all for the same reason: this. Solo was released in 2018 and performed terribly. This had nothing to do with the movie itself. It was because of The Last Jedi, something that Kathleen Kennedy still hasn't figured out yet. All of the movies that got cancelled were a movie set around the Mos Eisley spaceport, a movie mainly set on Tatooine. This could be the same as the Mos Eisley one, but it's hard to tell. And the final movie to be cancelled was James Mangold's Boba Fett movie, that would have been very close to being R-rated. The trilogy that got scrapped was a Kenobi one, and I wish we would have gotten that. In 2019, a film by David Benioff and D.B. Wise was cancelled. It was meant to be set after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. Another video game to get cancelled was codenamed Project Ragtag and would have been a third-person shooter sort of game. According to someone who saw footage of the game, it was similar to Uncharted. In 2020, a Lando series was announced, but I don't think anything has happened with that, or ever will, even though Kathleen Kennedy keeps saying it's going to. Moving on to 2021, a novel for The Mandalorian was cancelled along with the TV series Rangers of the New Republic, as Gina Carano, who plays Cara Dune, would have been one of the lead roles in the show, and for those of you who don't know, she was fired. In 2022, J.D. Dillard's Star Wars movie was revealed to be cancelled. We don't know much about it, but he has said that it took inspiration from the TIE Fighter video game from 1994. And finally, as of July 2023, 2 more films have been cancelled. One of them was a movie directed by the Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. We don't know anything at all about the movie, just that Feige didn't have enough time to do it. And the final cancelled movie, of course, is Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron. That should be releasing in December 2023, which will definitely not be happening. So what percentage of Star Wars projects to be announced have actually gotten released since Disney took over? On this list were 24 different movies, series, games, and books. Star Wars has a pretty good track record for actually making announced books, meaning we have 22 movies, series, and games that have been cancelled. You know how many movies, games, and series have been released since 2012? Only 27, which means that out of 49 projects to be announced, we have only gotten 55% of them as of July 2023. Keep in mind this is excluding books and behind the scenes projects, but including things like LEGO Star Wars specials and Grogu and the Dust Bunnies. So basically, if Star Wars announces something, it's almost a 50-50 chance that we actually get it. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Thank you for watching and may the Force be with you.